Hold up, did Chrissy Lampkin really just throw away 16 years for a late night? Sneaky link with Jim Jones' own business partner. Oh baby, buckle up because what just dropped is messier than a Love and Hip Hop reunion with no security in sight. You thought Chrissy was the ride-or-die queen? The one who stuck by Jim through cheating scandals, financial freefalls, and that legendary proposal that never turned into a wedding? Well, guess what plot twist? Because Chrissy just flipped the whole script and now Jim is out here looking like a broken-hearted meme, pacing around like Stevie J in a bad wig. And here's the real kicker. This ain't no regular affair. Oh no, this involves leaked DMIs, hotel security footage, and a man who's closer to Jim than his barber. We're talking betrayal with a capital B and receipts so hot they could melt your iPhone. So the question is, was this revenge? A setup? Or is Chrissy just done playing house with Harlem's most emotionally unavailable rapper? Whatever it is, it's got the internet foaming at the mouth, Jim threatening lawsuits, and Chrissy sipping cocktails like nothing happened. Stay tuned, because what you're about to hear will make the Scandival look like Sesame Street. So picture this, the internet is chilling, minding its business, when out of nowhere, everything explodes with grainy hotel footage, cryptic posts, and whispers echoing through the darkest corners of the industry. Chrissy Lampkin, the woman who stood by Jim Jones through arrests, public embarrassment, and 16 years of almosts, has been caught up in a scandal that's so messy. Even Mona Scott would think twice about airing it. This wasn't your usual couple unfollowing each other on Instagram or liking shady posts. No, this was hotel surveillance, late-night luxury suite check-ins, and receipts that looked like they were peeled straight from a reality TV producer's dream. Started when someone leaked a clip low-quality shaky cam, but crystal clear, in intent. A woman, her build and walk unmistakably Chrissy's, was seen entering a hotel in Atlanta with a man no one could immediately identify. At first, people tried to deny it, saying it could have been anyone. But once the second angle dropped, there was no denying it. Stat high ponytail, the gold bracelet she never takes off. The way she glanced behind before slipping into the elevator was her and the man. Well, his face was blurred at first. But it didn't take long for the internet detectives to uncover a bombshell. The man wasn't just any guy. He was Cameron's old crew member from the Dipset days, someone who had been out of the spotlight for years, but clearly wasn't out of Chrissy's life. Within hours, the blogs went wild. Twitter Spaces were hosted, YouTube gossip channels dropped emergency live streams, and Jim Jones, he was silent. To silent. Behind the scenes, insiders say Jim was blindsided. According to one close source, Jim was at the studio when his phone started blowing up. At first, he thought it was another social media prank, something exaggerated. But when he opened the footage and saw Chrissy in that hotel lobby, time stopped. He zoomed in. He replayed it over and over. The man who had dodged marriage for more. Then a decade suddenly looked like he had the rug pulled from under him. And what did Chrissy do? She vanished. No response to his calls, no messages, no appearance at home. Friends say she dipped out of town before the footage even dropped, as if she knew what was coming. Meanwhile, Jim started spiraling. One moment he was posting cryptic lyrics, the next he was deleting photos of Chrissy from his profile. People close to them said this wasn't just a fight, it was a nuclear implosion. Because the truth is, Chrissy and Cameron never fully saw eye to eye. And now, the idea that someone from Cam's old camp could be sneaking around with Chrissy behind? Jim's back. That's not just cheating. That's betrayal on a cinematic level. But that wasn't the end of it. Days later, an anonymous Instagram account started posting screenshots of DMIs between Chrissy and the mystery man. The timestamps aligned with Jim's recent tour dates. While Jim was on the road performing, Chrissy was allegedly booking hotel stays in cities he had just left. One screenshot read, "He's gone. You can come up now," followed by a heart emoji and a room number. The account even posted a playlist that Chrissy allegedly sent to the Geislo Jams. Throwback R&B, the kind of songs you don't just send a friend. Still, some fans tried to defend her. Maybe it was old. Maybe it was fake. Maybe Chrissy had finally just had enough of waiting on a man who never really committed. But just when things started calming down, the unthinkable happened. A voice note leaked. The clip was barely 2 minutes long, but it was more damaging than any photo or message. It was Chrissy, her voice, her laugh, her saying, "He don't even notice when I'm gone no more. I feel more seen in 2 hours with you than 16 years with him." That one line cracked the internet in half. It wasn't just an affair, it was emotional, it was real, and it had been going on for far longer than anyone could have imagined. Jim, according to reports, was livid, not just because she cheated, but because the world now had proof that while he was flexing loyalty in his music, Chrissy was emotionally checked out and possibly planning her exit for months. What made everything worse was the silence from Chrissy. She didn't post, she didn't deny, she didn't show up to film when producers called. She vanished from events she was scheduled to attend. It was as if she wanted the world to sit with it. Let them speculate. Let Jim suffer. Or maybe, just maybe, she was scared. 'Cause now Kamran's name started popping up too. People started connecting dots. They had no business connecting, throwing out wild theories that maybe this was revenge. Maybe Cam had orchestrated something deeper. The past beef between Jim and Cam resurfaced like a bad dream. And now, the idea that someone from Cam's circle could have been plotting behind. Jim's back with Chrissy, whether intentionally or by accident, was gasoline to a fire already raging. Jim's inner circle reportedly urged him to cut her off immediately, but he wasn't thinking straight. He was quiet. Too quiet. Then came the final blow for Now. A former Love and Hip Hop production assistant dropped a bombshell comment under a viral post saying, "Y'all have no idea what's about to be revealed. That hotel footage, that's nothing. Wait till you hear what was recorded inside." And just like that, the speculation started up again. Was there a hidden mic? Was Chrissy wearing a wire? Was someone secretly documenting every betrayal, every lie, every whispered promise? Because if there's more to come, and all signs point to yes. This story is far from over. Asterisk, and just when we thought reality TV couldn't serve more scandal, Chrissy Lampkin drops a bomb so wild it got the whole internet spiraling. See, after years of being known as the ride-or-die woman standing by Jim Jones through thick, thin, and downright insane, Chrissy just flipped the entire narrative. Allegations are now swirling that she was caught in a late-night rendezvous with a man who is definitely not Jim Jones. The streets are whispering. But baby, the camera caught what the whispers were too scared to scream. According to multiple sources and a couple of those grainy security cam footages that mysteriously found their way online, Chrissy was seen leaving a luxury hotel in Midtown Manhattan with none other than a man reportedly connected to the entertainment industry. Slick suit, no wedding ring, and way too cozy for a business meeting. And here's the kicker. This wasn't a one-time slip-up. Word on the street says this secret meet wasn't so secret after all. There were whispers for weeks about Chrissy being seen in familiar spots with the same mystery man. Lounges, hotel lobbies, even a rooftop party that apparently had people side-eyeing her the entire night. And while Chrissy was out here playing mysterious, Jim Jones was reportedly blindsided. Friends close to Jim say he found out the hard way through DMs, tagged posts, and a vicious stream of TikToks painting him as the last one to know. The internet, of course, wasted zero time dragging Chrissy like she was auditioning for her own Hot Girl Summer meme compilation. Comments flooded her Instagram. Some called her bold, others labeled her trifling, and a few fans straight up staged an intervention in her comments section. Meanwhile, Jim wasn't silent. Nope, he went full scorched earth. Sources claim he stormed out of a meeting when someone mentioned Chrissy's name? One anonymous insider said he threw his phone across the room and was screaming that he ain't no damn fool. And guess what? He unfollowed Chrissy on every platform like it was a breakup checklist. That's when things got really messy. A leaked voice note, because of course there's always a leaked voice note, surfaced. Where Chrissy was allegedly heard laughing about how predictable Jim is, just joking with a friend, mocking his emotional reactions, and even calling him soft. That audio went viral in under 24 hours. Jim's fans, they lost it. They called for him to leave her for good, reminding everyone about the years Chrissy had him waiting for a wedding ring like it was some romantic scavenger hunt. And while all this drama was exploding, Chrissy was silent. No statement, no apology, not even a cryptic post. Just a few stories of champagne glasses clinking and someone's shadow in the background. Suspicious? Much. The silence didn't help her case. In fact, it only fueled the fire. People began digging up old interviews where Chrissy talked about being tired of waiting and needing something different. Suddenly, every vague statement became a smoking gun. And just as the buzz was reaching fever pitch, another twist hit. A supposed hotel worker slid into a gossip page's DMs. The full description of Chrissy's check-ins and her preference for discreet late-night room service. They even claim she paid in cash. In this day and age, who pays in cash? Unless they're trying to cover tracks. It didn't stop there. Screenshots from a now-deleted Twitter thread claimed Chrissy had been involved with the mystery man for over a year. The tweets referenced private dinners, birthday gifts, and brace yourself, a potential vacation they took to Turks and Caicos under fake names. Now the conspiracy wheels were spinning full throttle. Who is this man? Why's Chrissy sneaking around like a 90s soap villain? And where in the world was Jim when all this was happening? Fans began combing through their timelines. And it turns out there were multiple trips Jim took solo this year, while Chrissy was unavailable. Convenient. And right as the internet was starting to cool off just a little, Chrissy popped back on the scene with a captionless black and white selfie. No explanation, just vibes. And the fans, they weren't here for it. The comment section was brutal. "Delete your account," one user snapped. "At least Jim was loyal," another wrote. Some even started tagging Jim's exes, suggesting it's time for him to circle back. Meanwhile, Jim's response wasn't just digital. It was spotted out at a lounge with a mystery woman of his own. And this time, he made sure the cameras caught it. TMZ picked up the footage, and Jim looked cool, unbothered, and like a man who just remembered he's a Harlem legend. The saga, however, didn't stop at nightlife appearances. Jim reportedly canceled upcoming joint appearances with Chrissy, including a real estate event they were booked to co-host. Now, insiders are whispering that endorsement deals, brand partnerships, and even television appearances are at risk. One production assistant leaked that the couple was supposed to do a Love and Hip Hop reunion-style sit-down, and Jim straight up walked off set after seeing Chrissy's name on the lineup. Now the production company is in damage control mode. ALLEGEDLY, trying to pivot the storyline to Jim's comeback arc, where he rises from betrayal like a phoenix in Tim's. And while Jim might be plotting his next move, Chrissy's brand has taken a noticeable hit. Fashion deals have reportedly backed out, and her planned podcast launch has been quietly shelved. Coincidence? Not when your public image just took a nosedive off a gossip blog cliff. The mystery man, by the way, still hasn't been identified, but you better believe internet sleuths are on the case. Matching tattoos, analyzing shoe sizes, and zooming in on grainy photos like it's a full-time job, and then everything shattered. Just when people thought this was another typical reality TV drama, that one leaked balcony photo of Chrissy changed the entire game. She was clearly caught in an intimate moment with another man, And that man was absolutely not Jim Jones. The internet exploded. That single frame became the spark. But what came after lit a wildfire. Anonymous DMs started rolling in, leaking screenshots that showed Chrissy had allegedly been arranging late-night meetings under a fake business alias and the meeting spot. A luxury uptown hotel where Jim never even set foot, according to sources. Chrissy and the mystery man had been secretly linking up for nearly 4 months, all while Jim was across the country in LA, deeply invested in his music and upcoming deals. Imagine grinding hard for your future, only to be stabbed from behind. What made things worse was how close this betrayal felt. Especially because Jim had defended Chrissy time and again in public and on national TV. It wasn't long before one of Jim's closest friends revealed how he lost it the moment he saw the leaked photo. He threw his phone across the room, flipped a table, and screamed at his team, saying, "Ain't no way she's doing this to me again." It's that one word, again, said it all. This wasn't the first time something like this had happened. This had been brewing under the surface for a long time, masked by red carpet smiles and Instagram filters. When Jim unfollowed Chrissy and then immediately posted a cryptic Instagram story saying, "I trusted you with my soul," the fans knew this was real. This was not a PR stunt, not a fabricated plot twist. It was raw heartbreak, live and unfiltered. The internet went into full investigation mode. Twitter spaces filled with gossip. YouTubers were dissecting every piece of leaked content, like forensic analysts. People started connecting dots from months back: Chrissy's random solo trips, the mysterious late-night posts, and even an old podcast episode where she casually hinted at feeling unseen in her relationship. It all added up now. A former Love and Hip Hop cast member went viral for saying, "I'm not surprised. Sis been sneaky. Y'all just blind?" Suddenly, people were pulling up old reunion clips and interviews, revisiting every eye roll, every awkward moment between the couple, questioning whether Chrissy was ever truly committed or just holding on to the clout. Meanwhile, Jim's silence spoke volumes. For a man who's usually vocal and bold, this quietness hit harder. But insiders claim he's been in a rage privately, cutting off ties not just with Chrissy, but anyone who enabled the lie. A hairstylist friend allegedly got blocked because she had once covered for Chrissy's late appointment, excused while she was actually seen stepping out of that same hotel with the other man. And the mystery man, sources say he isn't new to Chrissy's life. Apparently, he's an old flame who came back around, offering something Jim hadn't in years: attention and affection without the cameras. One voice memo leak even suggests Chrissy telling him, "I just feel safe with you," which has left fans disgusted and confused. Safe. After over 2 decades with Jim, fans started flooding comment sections asking why she didn't just walk away if she wasn't happy. But the most chilling detail came when a hotel staff member anonymously confirmed Chrissy had been a regular guest on Thursday nights, always checking in under a different name, always alone. It became clear this was no one-time mistake, was a double life, and the fallout kept spiraling. Brand endorsements paused. The couple's joint deals were put on hold. Wedding sponsors who were in talks for a televised ceremony have now gone silent. Jim's mom, who's been famously skeptical of Chrissy from the beginning, posted a shady reel with the caption, "Sometimes mama really do know best," and fans went wild. The betrayal wasn't just emotionally, was financial, reputational, and deeply public. And while Chrissy tried to post a cryptic caption of her own, some stories are better misunderstood. No one was buying it. Not after the video evidence, not after the receipts, not after the years of being branded the ride or die, because now it felt like the entire ride was a lie. It's more layers unravel. One thing is clear: Jim Jones isn't just dealing with heartbreak, he's watching his legacy burn. This isn't just a breakup, it's a collapse of everything he thought he built with Chrissy. From bet interviews to reality TV fame. From shared business moves to on-again off-again wedding plans, everything is under scrutiny. And while Chrissy continues to stay silent on the accusations directly, her silence only confirms suspicions. Everyone's watching. Everyone's waiting. And Jim? He's already moved out of their shared penthouse, changed his number, and reportedly hired a legal team. Because this time, he's not just cutting off a relationship, it's cutting off access, loyalty, and illusions. Whatever mask Chrissy was wearing, it's off known. What's left behind is a shattered story and a man who finally snapped out of denial. And now that the truth is out and the mask has finally fallen off, what do you think will happen next? Do you believe Jim Jones will walk away for good this time? Or will he fall back into the same cycle that's kept him trapped for years? Chrissy being exposed like this is a bombshell nobody saw coming. And let's be real, the streets are already talking louder than ever. The DMIs, the hotel footage, the secret rendezvous. It all paints a picture that's hard to ignore. But this story is far from over. You know how messy it gets when pride, betrayal, and years of loyalty collide. So now it's your turn to weigh in. Drop your wildest theories in the comments. What do you think really went down behind those hotel doors? Are you Team Jim? Or are you still riding with Chrissy even after all this chaos? Don't hold back, because this is the kind of drama that rewrites reality TV history. And if you want the inside scoop before anyone else, hit that like button. Smash, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you don't miss the next chapter in this messy saga. Trust me, you don't want to blink right now.